And I'd been doing so well, but... Have you heard someone or yourself say that before? I certainly have, and the question is, why is it that people have a great start on making changes like stopping an unwanted habit or starting a new routine, but at some point get derailed? Why does this happen, and why do we encounter resistance in the process of making changes? In my last bite-sized thoughts and tips about why it's difficult to change a habit, I gave some insights into how to engage the left prefrontal cortex to help get started in making changes. But I also said that there are often points of resistance in the process. So in today's short thoughts and tips, we'll run through where you're likely to encounter challenges and just touch on a couple of nuggets of neuroscience to help explain the hurdles created in our minds. So diving right in, we all know that first point of resistance. It happens before you even start, when you still haven't really made a decision to make a change. At this stage, you may say things like, yeah, I really need to get back into shape, but I don't really have the time. Or, I don't want to be waking up with a hangover anymore, but drinking is just how we socialize with my friends, and da 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 da. Or, I have to start eating healthier, but ... In these cases, there's no decision to make a change yet. You haven't said, I'm going to start eating healthy and I'm going healthy food shopping straight after work this evening, so I have what I need to make myself a healthy lunch. This first point of resistance is what we discussed in the previous bite size, so I'll just keep it very brief and say that the main obstacle here is based on the fact that we are wired to avoid change, to avoid the unknown and potential failure, and so the primitive brain will very easily come up with reasons as to why not to change. And a little brain structure called the habenula will help us avoid failure by suppressing our motivation, even stopping us physically doing something we kind of made our mind up to do. The second point of resistance might come when you've decided, but you haven't visualized what you want exactly in enough detail for your mind to see it and do what's needed to prepare for it. It's like, for example, deciding you want to cook something you've never cooked. You first need to piece together at least a rudimentary recipe from your previous experience, or find one from somebody else who has some experience and tweak it to suit you. The better and more suitable that recipe is for you, the more chances you have of it working out and being repeated. So if you take the healthy lunches example from before, that decision could start to become more like a plan if the sentence sounded something like this. I'm going healthy food shopping after work this evening, so I have what I need to make myself healthy lunches every day, and I'm going to decide the night before what I'll be eating the next day every day, and I'm now going to set a daily recurring alarm so I make sure I have the time to make my healthy lunch before I leave for work every day. Now, there's a plan. You can see the whole picture, the whens and the hows of it all. But what happens when you've been quite successful with it, but for some reason you start slacking? This is when you might say something like what we said at the beginning, and I'd been doing so well, but... Why does this happen? What's happening in that head of ours to cause this? Well, this point of resistance, when you've already started taking action, is considered to be caused by the brain reducing the release of those lovely feel-good neurotransmitters, the endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, which are our rewards. They get reduced, so basically we start to feel it's less rewarding and start to lose interest. But this is where it's really important to figure out ways to push through, because you see, the reason there's a reduction in the feel-good neurotransmitters is that the brain gets a little more busy with creating new connections and memories, meaning wiring the new change in. So this is great news. When your motivation drops after a few weeks, it actually means that you're closer than ever to the routine becoming more established. Understanding this now will hopefully help you to understand the importance of staying consistent at this low motivation stage, because soon the change will become your new normal. But, does something being normal mean that you're home free? Not exactly. Relapses can happen because the primitive brain is designed to react before you can think rationally sometimes. So sometimes you find yourself, after many months, suddenly engaging in an old habit that you thought you were done with. And it can be disheartening. But at this stage, you have to understand that it's okay to have these lapses. And the reason it's okay is because you're better equipped than ever before with all the memories and all the new habit circuits to come quickly back to what you choose for yourself without going through all those other stages of resistance you faced the first time around when the change was totally new. So the key is to go right back. Be careful not to waste your time on regret and shame and all those negative thought loops that might happen. They'll steal your valuable energy. Just get back to your good habit. It's already there in you. So there'll be more bite-sized thoughts and tips soon. Until then, take care of yourself, and remember, if you'd like some support and the added benefit of hypnosis to ease your process, you can simply book yourself in for a video consultation.